Hi, this is Jack Stanley, and I want to talk about an idiom. Happy as a clam. Maybe you've heard it. Ever hear that phrase? My goodness, I feel happy as a clam. Maybe you've heard someone say it to you. Maybe you've heard someone write it or whatever. That phrase is a very interesting one. Because what really makes a clam happy? Well, there's more to that phrase. We only use the phrase happy as a clam now, but in its beginnings the phrase was happy as a clam in high water, or some people would say in high tide. Why would that make a clam happy? Well, of course, clams in shallow water are more susceptible to be picked up, but if the water's deep, it's hard to find them, so they're pretty happy. Now, how did the phraseology change a little bit on that? Now, one of the main contributors to that was a poet by the name of G Saxe, who was a popular poet in the from the 1840s all the way up until like the 1880s. He died, I think, around 1887. But the thing is that his books were extremely popular, and so were his writings, and they influenced the way we said this idiom. Because in his piece, which this is a 1840s version here of one of his writings, actually. There we go. And one of his poems, a little sonnet, if you look here in the list of contents here, you will see Sonnet to a Clam. And let's see, it's on page 103. And here we are. And in this sonnet to a clam, he mentions the phrase happy as a clam, leaving out the rest of it. Now, many of Saxe's publications went into many printings because they were just very popular. And it's interesting to note that the phrase happy as a clam in high water, or high tide, kind of quickly vanished. And just that one section became part of our lexicon. Happy as a clam. So if you've ever wondered where that phrase kind of came from, which we don't really know where it came from originally, happy as a clam in high water, we do know that G Saxe, born 1816, died in 1887, in the 1840s, came up with his poem, Sonnet to a Clam, and just gently shaved the phrase down a little bit, making it the quotable statement that it is today, happy as a clam. So if you've ever thought of that, and probably you never have, I thought I would throw this at you because I found it kind of fascinating. And it's interesting to go back to its roots and see where it began. Thank you.